Do-de-do-da-day.
talkSPORT.
talkSPORT, we are the two nights coming live to you from the Legends Lounge on the warm-up at Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. I'm very pleased to say that Steve Parry, the chairman, has very kindly agreed to join us, because if he doesn't mind hanging just for 1 second for us, we've got to go up to Anfield.
This is a very important man.
I know that, so I'm going to tell Beaky to keep it short, because there's nothing going on at Anfield. Beaky, what's going on?
17 minutes gone, it's Liverpool 0, Swansea 0. It's been all Liverpool. They've had 2 chances. Henderson crossing, he found Chan and Mark, but he headed over the bar, and then good play by Firmino again across from the right-hand side. This time Lallana's bicycle kick over the bar as well. Liverpool 0, Swansea 0.
Thanks very much indeed, Beaky. We'll keep you updated with all the goals as they go in. Steve, welcome to talkSPORT. Thank you very much indeed for sparing us some time. We're only a couple of hours away ourselves almost now from the kick-off against Mr. Parry's team, Everton. He comes here on a regular basis to watch Everton usually get a pretty good game from Crystal Palace. So
usually
we're hoping that for my case, I'm supporting Palace today. So
that's right. Steve, it's
all going to work out
it's great to have you. Everton, of course, had a fantastic result against City.
Yes.
Certain clubs hit certain runs of form during the season. You didn't really want to inform Everton here today, did you? Because you're still trying to establish the role and the position of your new manager.
Everybody we're playing at the moment is in form. That's the way it's gone for us this season. That's just, you have to face up to that. So I'm sure we'll give Everton a game. We always do. But it was a great result against Man City. I was pleased for them.
Sure.
Like Everton. I like Everton, like Bill. Nice club, lovely club, brilliantly run. So I was pleased for you.
Mr. Kenwright's a lot like you. His heart and soul is in the club, and he lives and dies by it. The situation during the transfer window, Steve, must drive you mad, because I've spoken to other chairmen who say they get up to 30 calls a day from agents all around the world who are trying to flog them players, and you have to liaise with your manager, and it must be a very, very stressful part of the football calendar for you.
Yes, it is. I mean, it gets slightly easier the more you do it, because you kind of know the stuff that's real and the things that aren't, and what you might be able to achieve. But it's a small price to pay. January and the summer are never easy times if you're a chairman or a manager trying to get the right players in. And obviously the situation we're in makes it a little bit more important than usual. But hopefully we can find a way through it and get 1 or 2 additions that can help us.
And in January it's always difficult, because as people will tell you, I suppose, and you'll know yourself, quite often there's not great players available, but it's a question of maybe filling gaps. Do you go into it with a sort of shopping list, or do you just go in and wait and see what's going on?
Bit of both, really. So the shopping list is kind of formed by people that you think you can get, that you might be able to get. We've actually had some real success in the January window before. Scott Dan came in the January window, Joe Ledley. It's definitely got tougher. Certainly, the money that the Premier League have got is almost exaggerated now, where every player and every club, certainly abroad, think that, unless they're getting 20 million, they're being done, So it's a very, very difficult market generally now, I think, because of the success of the Premier League.
And also the introduction of China into an already expensive world is going to skew it too, isn't it?
I guess, yeah. There's a certain type of player, isn't there, that they're going for the names, aren't they, really? So I don't think that is totally relevant to where we are right now.
Is it going to push the price of everything up, though, in a way?
Depends how many they buy, doesn't it? At the moment, it's a fairly low volume, and it tends to be, the Tevez, the kind of superstar players. But you never know if it continues. I've been told they're clamping down on it a little bit.
I think FIFA want to try and make sure that all the world's best players don't suddenly go there on, sort of 300,000 a week or something, or even 600,000 a week.
Why can't they go there?
No, I think FIFA are trying to make sure that they don't. Because,
why?
Well, because then they'll be taken out of the best leagues in the world.
We had this row on the air, didn't we?
FIFA want to discriminate against China.
No, not at all. You're not discriminating against China. What you're saying is
why is that not discriminating against China? So any other league in the world can buy whoever they want, but China can't?
No, what I'm saying is, Steve, is this, that China's not a developed football country, and Europe is a very developed football country.
It doesn't matter,
but we had this argument on the air, didn't we?
We
had this argument on the air. I said to him, you can't say that the Premier League can pick players from Spain, from South America, from France, and then say China can't do the same thing. It's not fair.
No, but China is still a football wasteland in terms of what it's got to offer to the world.
Don't go there tomorrow, will you?
Sorry?
There's a lot of places in Britain he can't go, by the way, after he's insulted them.
No, I don't insult them at all.
There's a whole long list.
China want to develop their game, in the same way, when people come in and they developed clubs here and the league was developed, you know, the league was developed by people investing money. You know, when Mr. Abramovich came in and developed Chelsea, you know, he put a lot of money. The Abu Dhabi people have put in a lot of money to Man City. You know, you can't legislate against people that want to invest in their country, their league.
I know it's called a free market, but you still would prefer the European leagues to have the best players in the world because they're the most popular. And people watch them on TV.
But how are you going to make the game more popular across the world if we only ever have the best players in the world and you legislate against everybody else having them?
That could take 3 or 4 decades for China to become, you know, a popular
but you've got to let them have the freedom to do it.
Well, yes, you have got to let them have
the freedom. So you want a free market apart from China?
No, not at all.
And also anywhere else he doesn't like. No, Russia as well.
No, not at all. What I'm saying is the sort of players that we have in the Premier League in this country and in Europe should want to play for the best clubs who have established themselves
that's a different argument.
Over 200 or 300 years.
I'll tell you what, you know, listen, I don't know what you earn, right? I mean, the numbers that are being bandied around, right? If somebody came to you and was going to, you know, not even quadruple, 10 times your salary, you know, the money they're offering players, reportedly, you know, net salaries is crazy. I mean, we've had a player that has been offered apparently 3-4 times his net salary. Well, you're talking about, you know, even if you're
in this
wealthy,
country or somewhere else.
It's in China, you know, and he's turned it down because he wants to stay here and he wants to play in a big league. But that's everybody's choice, isn't it? You
Absolutely.
know, if you're I mean, the money that Tevez is reported to be on, we don't know it's true, do we? But I've heard banded around 700,000 net a week.
Well, Diego Costa was going from 7 million a year to 30 million a year in China. I totally agree with you. A guy's...
It's hard to say no, isn't it?
A 400% increase on a massive salary already.
Yeah. When you're somebody like Carlos Tevez, who's achieved so much in the game, you know, Diego Costa, you know, he's won championships. You know, it's not like... That you know, there's definitely lots of things left for them to do. You can imagine it's tempting, and you know you can't imagine it will stay happening forever. You know, that can't be an economic situation. So they're investing in the league and in the clubs, and they're hoping to get a big bounce off that in the same way that, you know, in the 70s they did in the American leagues. It ended up not working.
It never happened in America, did it?
No, it didn't. But I mean, there are very few ways that you can improve the popularity of your league. Getting some of the world's biggest superstars from different countries to the world is obviously a way of doing it.
It's novelty football, isn't it, China? And a lot of players...
I'd like to go and work for one of these Chinese clubs and say to them, I don't... He's on 7. Maybe you don't have to offer 30. Maybe we can get him for 15.
Exactly. Getting back to Crystal Palace though for a moment.
Absolutely.
I know you'd like to keep on with your communistic kind of, you know, dialogue, the monologue you want to do. You expecting to bring anybody in that you can obviously not tell us about, but in the next few days, obviously, transfer window's coming to an end. Will Sam Allardyce say to you, if we don't get this guy, you know, I can't do for you what you want me to do?
Look, Sam's. We're both under pressure. You know, we're both aligned on that. You know, we feel that we need a couple of players to give us some security, give everybody a lift. You know, the crowd, the other players. You know, everybody wants to see a few reinforcements, give us some options on how we play. So, you know, we're both aligned in that. You know, Sam's not alone. I think we need a couple more players if we can get them. But you know, it's not. Can't make people sell me players, and other people have their own situations and their own problems, and sometimes they just won't sell. We were trying to get a player from a club that are themselves relegation threatened in their own league, you know, and they're kind of like, there's almost no amount of money that you could pay us to take this player away.
Is relegation threat a nightmare, Steve, literally, to keep you awake at night?
Of course, there's no other industry like it, is there? There's no other industry where, you know, you can not do very well and end up with 50% of your revenue year 1, 25% of your revenue year 2, 25% year 3, and then year 4 almost 10%, going down to 10% of your revenue. I mean, for any business, it's such a binary thing, success and failure.
So you're going to be ruthless in staying in the Premier League? Absolutely ruthless.
Listen,
managers aren't performing?
Oh, no, look, I mean, we've made the decision on the manager. You know, we're totally committed to Sam. Sam's committed to us. That die has been cast. You know, we're working together well. You know, look at his track record. We haven't got a better man. We've got to support Sam and give him the tools that he needs, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Okay. Steve, thank you very much indeed. Good luck today.
Thank you for joining us. Great to see you.
Lovely to see you.
He did predict that Everton would win 5-2. So if you don't want to start, you said it live on the radio yesterday.
That was in Hawksby, Jacobs. It was a gambling show.
I wish I could bet. That'd be a good bet.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a very close game. Very close game.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If you want to bar him for the bar, that'd be fine with me. Steve, thank you very much.
I think he's been drinking anyway.
Well, he usually has.
That's very.
He usually has. Steve Parrish, Chairman.
Lovely to see you guys.
Thank you very much indeed. Now.